masculine woman. I'll teach you now how to find out if you have more indications of masculine male energy in your horoscope than a feminine energy. This is not necessarily a bad thing, especially in our nowadays world where roles are reversed. This will not make a woman less desirable either in any case. But I will tell you, this can create problems in relationships, and I'll tell you how to treat this, what approach to have at the end of the video. But let's first teach you how to find out if you have those indications in your horoscope, or if a woman that you like has those indications, and maybe how to treat her better, how to approach her better. And you don't need to know any astrology to be able to check that. I will walk you through all the steps. It's very easy. You just need to stay with me and check it in my birth chart calculator. So first of all, click on the link I'm putting here, which will take you to my birth chart calculator. And you need to know your time of birth to check this. So you can check it. You can find your time of birth from your birth certificate. Usually almost everyone knows it nowadays. And once you have, you'll get a table like that. You'll get your birth chart like that. And first of all, I want you to go to the planetary detail table like I'm showing you here. It's a little bit below. And I want you to check if you have four or more planets, and we're working only with those planets. Basically, we're working with Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or Saturn only. We're not working with Rahu, Ketu, Neptune, Pluto, Uranus. We're working just with those personality planets from the Sun till Saturn, those 7 personality planets in the first, and I want you to count how many points you get. If you get 2 or 3 or more pointers, you're probably already veering more towards more masculine qualities. And being a masculine woman, again, as I said, it can be very positive for such a woman who will be more proactive, will be more independent, will be stronger. But let's first check if you have those indications. So you're going to the planetary detail table and you're checking if you have any 4 or more of your planets from Sun till Saturn in the following signs, in the male signs, which are Aries. So you basically check if opposite the Sun you chose Aries, or Gemini, or Leo, Libra. I'm giving them here abbreviated, but I think you can, it's easy to see. Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so there are 6 masculine signs. And if you have 4 or more planets being in one of those 6 masculine signs, give yourself 1 point. For instance, I have all of my 7 planets in masculine signs, so I get 1 point. Okay, you get 1 point. Okay, next thing. Check if you have, just bear with me a little bit, if you have the Sun, Moon, or the ascendant sign, these 3, they're on the top of the planetary detail table. The Sun, Moon, or ascendant sign in masculine house. You need to have at least 2 of those in the masculine signs. There were Aries, again I'll write them, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Okay, if you have at least the Sun or the Moon or the Ascendant or the Moon, or 2 of those 3, Ascendant, Sun or Moon, in one of those 6 masculine signs, give yourself another point. I'm getting another point, so I have 2 points for now. So because these are the 3 most important personality factors, especially if you have the Moon in a masculine sign, because the Moon is the personality of a woman, it's her emotional reaction, and the masculine signs are a little bit more proactive. When they want something, they'll go after it. They would not be so much feeling as acting. A woman in a masculine Moon sign will be much more active woman than feeling woman. So if you have any of those 3 factors, or basically two or more of these 3 factors in a masculine sign, give yourself another point. Or if you have just the Moon in a masculine sign, give yourself 1 point. Okay, then number 3, let's see. if basically that was number 3. If you have the ascendant, sun, or moon, 2 of those in a masculine sign, give yourself 1 point. Or if you have only the moon in a masculine sign, give yourself 1 point as well. So you might get, for instance, I have the sun, ascendant, and moon in masculine sign. I give myself 1 point for this. And I have the moon in masculine sign. I give myself another 1 point for that. So I get 2 points. All right. The next thing I want you to check, if you have the sun or Mars. These are the 2 masculine planets. Now we're looking at planets, and I want you to go now to this, to the big chart, not to the planetary detail table, but to the big chart. And I want you to check if you have the sun or Mars. Mars is masculine planet, masculine energy of, proactivity, of getting in charge. The sun is the planet of the leader, the planet of ambition, of action as well. If you have any of the sun or Mars in one of those 4, together with the 1st, 4th, 7th, or 10th number, in one of those squares or triangles, with the number 1, 4, 7, or 10, you might have the sun here and Mars here. Or you might have, the sun here and Mars here. Or you might have, even if you have just Mars here, or here, or here, or even if you have just the sun in one of those, so either sun or the Mars, or if both of them, give yourself 2 points. If either the sun or Mars is in one of those, with the number in the angular houses, basically 1, 4, 7, and 10, give yourself 1 point. If either the sun or Mars, if both, give yourself 2 points. Because why is that? Because those angular houses, they're the backbone of the horoscope. And any planet which is close to an angle becomes really strong. So the quality of those masculine planets will be, the energy of those masculine planets will be very strong in your life. You'll be much more Mars and Sun-like, which is, which is proactive, which is taking action, which is not needing anyone, basically. So give yourself either 1 or 2 points, depending whether you have the Sun or Mars in any of those 4, houses, as we call them, with number 1, 4, 7, or 10. And the last thing I want you to check is to see if you have the sun or the moon. They'll be indicated like SU or an MO in the same square or triangle. These are signs. These are the signs in the horoscope together with Mars. Because the sun and moon are the biggest personality planets in your horoscope. And if you have, for instance, the sun in the same sign, which will be shown by triangle or square with Mars, or moon in the same sign with Mars, you gain more of those masculine qualities. So you might be like that, the moon here with Mars here. Or it might be like that, the sun and Mars here. Or here, the moon and Mars here. If you see them together in any of those quadrants, you get another point for that. And if you have the sun and moon and Mars together, you give yourself 2 points even. So you have them, the 3 of them together in one square. Give yourself 2 points because both the sun and the moon are together with Mars. So you get again those more masculine qualities. So what does it mean if you have quite a few points? If you saw yourself like I have 5 or 6 points from here. If you saw yourself having 3, 4 or more of all those pointers that we looked at. As we said, these women will be independent. These women would almost feel like they would feel to be vulnerable. They would be afraid to look weak in the eyes of others. They would feel afraid to look as if they need anyone's help. And this can emasculate sometimes other men. For instance, a man wants to open the door for a woman who has more masculine behavior. She would rush ahead and open the door, or she might take the bill. And it's okay. This is your nature, but you have to learn to tone it down a little bit. Because this way a man can feel a little bit disrespected, or a man can feel like you don't need him, and a man bonds better psychologically, according to psychologists. A man bonds much better with when he gives to a woman, rather than when he keeps receiving back from a woman. This is something evolutionary. This is how we are made inside. So, to different extents, of course, but such a woman should learn to be a bit more receptive, should learn to be a bit more in touch with her feelings, should learn how to, instead of giving advice to the man, asking him for his opinion, instead of, to ask him for help as well sometimes. Even, I'm not saying pretend, but try to leave the man to do some things. Don't always go chasing after the man, because these are the masculine qualities. And a lot of masculine women can feel a bit more comfortable with more feminine men. And I'm not saying effeminate men, I'm just saying men who are like a completion to them. They're into the woman's yang, the more feminine part. Because then, this man will be more receptive, more feeling-wise. But as long as the masculine woman should remember not to disrespectfully the man and not to order him or boss him around and always tell him what to do. She needs to learn to a little bit be more of a lady. Not, masculine women can be very ladylike, but to be more receptive, to be more... not always the active side, not always the one who goes and take initiative in relationship. I'm just mentioning this because this can create some problems in relationships, and it's definitely for me how to ask for help, how to be a little bit more, to get in touch with her feelings. A masculine woman, because she's lacking a lot of the female signs, for instance, or she has a lot of male energy, she needs to learn how to be more in touch with her feelings, how to be more maybe to meditate, how to rest, not to be always active, not to be always the one who takes the first step. And she needs to learn to get in touch with this more feminine energy. She can do it by attracting more feminine men, or she can do it by maybe doing some yoga, maybe by, doing those more, hanging around women who are more feminine as well, maybe by, there are certain methods how to welcome more feminine energy into yourself, because not to burn yourself out as well with so much masculine energy, and how to you help your relationship be a bit better as well. So thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel, write down your comments, and you can ask me any questions if you have some confusion about what I have taught you. Thank you very much.